Picture this. You're ready to send an important email when suddenly, you're prevented from doing so. What's the deal? Well, it's a common dilemma these days, and it's all about email security. See, platforms like Google and Yahoo are ramping up their requirements for what they call DKIM, DMARC, and SPF on email accounts. Without these, your email account might end up in a sort of digital limbo, penalized and barred from sending any emails. It's like being muted in the middle of a crucial conversation. But why are these tech giants insisting on these measures, and why now? It all boils down to a three-letter word: security. With cyber threats on the rise, they're taking no chances when it comes to protecting users. But what are these acronyms and why are they so crucial to our email accounts? First on our list is DKIM, or Domain Keys Identified Mail. Like a secret handshake, DKIM provides a way for your email to prove its identity. But instead of a special grip or password, DKIM uses cryptography. Let's break it down a bit. Every email you send is like a postcard, traveling through the vast network of the internet to reach its destination. Along the way, it can pass through many hands, or in this case, servers. Now, wouldn't it be great if there was a way to ensure the email you sent is exactly the same as the one received, without anyone tampering with it midway? That's where DKIM steps in. DKIM adds a digital signature to your emails. This signature is a piece of code generated by a private key that only you, the sender, possess. When your email arrives at its destination, the receiving server uses a public key, which is published in your domain's DNS records, to decode the signature. If it can do so successfully, that's a big thumbs up. It means your email is exactly as you sent it and hasn't been tampered with along the way. But why is this important? Well, it's all about trust. With the rise in phishing scams and email spoofing, it's more important than ever to know that an email is genuinely from the sender it claims to be from. By validating the domain name identity associated with an email, DKIM helps to build that trust. It's like a passport for your email, proving its identity and ensuring it's not an imposter. So, DKIM is basically your email's passport, verifying its identity. But what about DMARC and SPF? Let's delve into those next. Next up, we have DMARC, which stands for Domain-Based Message Authentication, Reporting, and Conformance. Now let's dive a little deeper into this. DMARC is like the sheriff of Email Town, ensuring that all mails abide by the law. It's a protocol that uses SPF and DKIM records to verify whether an email is truly from the sender it claims to be from. It does this by checking the domain of the email and comparing it with the domain in the DKIM signature and the SPF record. If everything matches up, the email is given the green light. But if there's a discrepancy, DMARC steps in and the email is quarantined or rejected, depending on the policy the domain owner has set. But the role of DMARC doesn't end there. It's not just about blocking fraudulent emails, but also about providing reports to the domain owner. These reports contain vital details about the emails being sent from their domain, including which ones were authenticated and which ones were not. This data can help the domain owner identify potential security threats and take appropriate action. And there's another layer to DMARC's protective shield. It aids in protecting your brand and your customers from phishing attacks. By implementing DMARC, you're essentially telling the world that your emails are protected, and any email pretending to be from your domain that doesn't pass the DMARC check should be treated with caution. So, as you can see, DMARC is a critical tool in the fight against email spoofing and phishing. It's like your own personal email police, keeping a watchful eye on your emails and ensuring they follow the rules. In essence, DMARC acts as the police, ensuring that your email is legitimate, but there's still one more acronym to uncover. Last but not least, we have SPF, or Sender Policy Framework. This cybersecurity protocol is like the invisible shield of your email domain. It's designed to prevent spammers from sending emails on your behalf, a practice we call email spoofing. Imagine someone impersonating you and sending emails that look like they're from you. Not a pleasant thought, right? That's where SPF comes into the picture. The Sender Policy Framework is a verification system. It allows the receiving mail servers to check if the incoming email from a domain was sent from a host authorized by that domain's administrators. In simpler terms, it's like a bouncer at a club, checking IDs and ensuring only those on the list get in. But how does it work? Well, the SPF protocol uses DNS, or Domain Name System records. The administrators of a domain publish a policy defining which mail servers are allowed to send emails on behalf of their domain. When an email comes in, the receiving server checks this policy. If the sending server is on the list, the email is accepted. If it's not, then the email could be marked as spam or rejected altogether. So SPF acts as a protective layer for your email domain, making it harder for spammers to abuse your domain reputation. But remember, SPF is not a standalone solution. It's a part of a bigger picture working in tandem with DKIM and DMARC to secure your email communication. It's like a shield in a trio of armor, each piece complementing and reinforcing the others. Together, they build a robust defense line against email spoofing and phishing attacks, safeguarding your online identity and ensuring your emails reach their intended recipients. So SPF is the shield protecting your domain reputation. But how do we ensure these are all in place? Getting these security measures in place doesn't have to be a headache. In fact, it can be as easy as clicking a few buttons and letting a professional take care of the rest. If you're looking for an affordable and simple solution to enhance your email security, then you might want to consider the services offered at Fiverr. There's a particular gig, hosted by GG1963, dedicated to enhancing email security with DMARC, DKIM, and SPF compliance. This service isn't just about ticking boxes and moving on. It's about ensuring that these security protocols are correctly implemented on your email accounts. With the rapid changes in technology and the increasing sophistication of cyber threats, it's important to get this right the first time, and that's where the expertise of this service provider comes in. They have a deep understanding of these security measures and how to implement them effectively. This service doesn't just cater to the tech-savvy. Whether you're a small business owner, a freelancer, or a large corporation, this service is designed to be user-friendly and accessible to all. It takes the complexity out of the process, making it easier for you to focus on what you do best, while they handle the technical side of things. One of the standout features of this service is its affordability. In a world where cybersecurity can often come with a hefty price tag, it's refreshing to see a service that doesn't compromise on quality while still being pocket-friendly. With this solution, you're not only getting a cost-effective service but also the peace of mind that your email accounts are in safe hands. The service provider is committed to delivering the best results, ensuring that your emails are not penalized or prevented from being sent due to lack of compliance with these new Google and Yahoo requirements. So, with this service, you're just a few clicks away from enhanced email security, but how can we be sure? Once everything's set up, it's time to put our email security to the test. Let's dive into the world of mail-tester.com, a key tool for validating our email setup. This platform allows us to send a test email to a unique address, which then evaluates and scores our email based on various factors, including our newly implemented DKIM, DMARC, and SPF protocols. Why is testing so crucial, you ask? Well, it's our final checkpoint, a way to ensure that everything is working as intended. It's about being certain that our emails won't be unfairly penalized or blocked. It's about ensuring that important communication reaches its destination, unhindered and secure. Consider this testing phase as a rite of passage for our email account. It's the final step in our journey towards a robust and secure email system. And there you have it. With DKIM, DMARC, and SPF in place, your email account is now fully armored against penalties and ready to send those urgent emails.